cachota se tu queres ser bonita. Arrebita, arrebita, arrebita. Casei com uma Gabriela, por ela ter muita guita.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Dwayne and Nidi's Kitchen. Today I'm going to make Azorian style, or as they call it in the Azores and in Portugal, favas guisadas, stewed fava beans. A few things that we're going to need, and today I'm going to do something a little bit different. It's a bit of an experiment, so hang in there with me. I have some cousins, one in particular, hi Catinha, in the Azores, she lives in São Miguel, who's asked me to do the recipes in Portuguese as well as in English. Certainly I can write it down in Portuguese in the description as well as in English in the description. I'm not a big one for measuring things, so it'll be your taste, my taste. But I'm going to try it. So before we get started, I'll tell you everything you need to make Nidi's favas guisadas in your kitchen, or as they say in Portuguese, fazer as favas guisadas à moda da Nidia. So, here are the ingredients you will need in order to make today's favas guisadas. Of course, first and foremost, you will need about a pound or so of linguiça or chouriço, uma libra de linguiça or chouriço. I used one entire rope, and I have this extra rope here, just in case it looks like it needs a little bit more meat. And I've cut that up in 2/3. It's a linguiça em quartos, assim, uma libra. Tamanho assim. Eu pus aqui dentro desta coisa. E agora, 3 large onions, 3 cebolas grandes. These were yellow onions. So, cebolas amarelas, não sei como se diz em português. This is minced garlic. This is sauce, tomato sauce. This one has a little bit of seasoning in it. And this is tomato paste, very thick cousin. Isto é pasta de tomate, isto é calda de tomate, isto é alho, não sei como se diz em português, mas é alho, minced. A gente compra já dentro da água, mas já está assim. Next, we have some olive oil, azeite, chicken broth, isto é uma calda de... Não, é uma calda de galinha, como se diz em português. I use Frank's Red Hot Sauce, but in Portuguese they would use piri-piri, qualquer qualidade de piri-piri. Sal, isto é grosso. This is coarse ground salt. Uma coisinha de canela, ground cinnamon. Paprika. Pepper flakes, pimenta moída, a little bit of multi-seasoning. I used grapes, 2 beers, 2 cervejas, and I use canned green favas. If you prefer canned brown favas, that's fine. If you like frozen favas, or if you're old school and you're, the original OG, you can just buy the real fava beans, soak them and cook them, and you can use those as well. But these are the ingredients. Isto é o que a gente tem que usar para fazer as favas guisadas. Okay, so I'm here at the stove, and the first thing you need to do is take your onions, put all of your onions in the pot. The next thing is you take your olive oil and you give it a good couple of shakes, cover those onions, make sure to coat the bottom. Put your spool aqui dentro da panela e agora estou pondo um pouco de azeite para começar a cozer as cebolas. You want to make sure you coat this in olive oil so you're going to steam up, sweat out, and melt down these onions in the olive oil. So you can see I have the onions here. I'm going to turn on the light over my stove so you can see it. It's going to take a little while. And I may even want a little bit more olive oil for flavor. The onion, so here are the onions. The onions are chunked up. And we're giving them a good stir and letting them get soft. A gente pôs uma coisinha de azeite com as cebolas e agora vai esperar para a cebola ficar molinha. Here we go. getting a little more yellow. Starting to get a little softer. And we'll let that go until it's soft. So I have the onions getting soft in here. Nice and soft. I will add the garlic. We'll put about a stir it all up, the garlic and the onion. Let that go for a little bit. And it'll get nice and soft. Now, just a little salt. We're going to salt this at the end, but I just want to make sure that we get a little bit of salt. Put the salt agora que estou. And now, I'm not going to measure it, just a little to give it some liquid. Um cozinho mais líquido aqui, estou usando agora a calda de galinha que eu botei já assim no café. Nem mais ou menos metade de um copo. I think I added a little under half a cup. Now, I'm using linguiça. You could use linguiça, chouriço, whatever you like, whatever Portuguese sausage you would like. And I'm going to let that go for a little bit and come right back. So I'm at the stove here. I have my linguiça and my onions with a little bit of that chicken broth like you just saw, and the garlic, a little spray of salt. Everything is just starting to cook. And it needs to really kind of soften up. You can smell everything starting to get together. It smells really good. I don't know how you all like to make your favas, but traditionally favas could be a meal. And what some people would do is they serve it with eggs. If it's saucy enough, you can put the eggs inside of it. Or with rice. You can eat it as a side dish or as a main dish over toast. I kind of like it with everything. And for those of you trying to follow along and understand my Portuguese, tive a dizer agora que a gente pode comer as favas sozinhas, mas é muito bom também fazer as favas. A gente pode cozer uns ovos dentro das favas, ou servir as favas com arroz, ou em cima de pão de pato. A gente pode comer as favas guisadas assim de qualquer maneira, com qualquer outra comida. I guess you can think of it as a main dish that could be a side dish. This is cooking down quite nicely. You can see the linguiça is starting to turn. The onions a little bit red from the paprika. Um pouco mais vermelho aqui. A linguiça está a cozer aqui com a espuma. And now, this is about a cup. I'm not sure I'll need the whole cup. I'm going to put a couple of tablespoons or about half the cup in first. Making a mess while I'm doing so. This is the tomato paste. There's a sweetness you get from this that you want to include. Isto pasta de tomate. Isto é calda de tomate. Now stir. And let that cook. This is what it looks like as it's simmering away. Beautiful color. Everything's getting soft. Nice thick paste of linguiça with onions, tomato paste, tomato sauce, spray of salt, and garlic. Está tudo a cozer aqui, está tudo a ficar aqui a guisar. A cebola, a linguiça, a calda e a pasta de tomate e o alho. Looks really good so far. While the onions and linguiça with some spices are stewing and simmering, I have opened 4. These are about 19-ounce cans of fava. This is Portuguese style. This is called Gonçalves fava verde. also known in America as green broad beans. I've retained the liquid because depending on the liquid amount of your favish and how saucy you want it, you might want to revisit some of the liquid that the favish come in. You may use some, you may not use it all. It will absolutely depend. And we'll get ready to add our favish soon. So this is just stewing away, getting nice and thick. I think I'm So now I'm going to add 1 can of the favish with the liquid.
Casei com uma Gabriela, por ela ter muita guita. Agora minha
Give it a stir.
arrebita, arrebita, arrebita.
And 2 cans where I have drained the liquid. Plain favish. Isto é mais 2 latas. Esta vez e tirei a água que estava aqui na lata. Now we have to stir and see how we're doing for sauce because we do have 1 more can to add. Looks like it needs this one I'm going to put in with the sauce that the can came. And here it is, 4 cans of favish added to that mix, 2 of the cans with the liquid that came in the cans, and 2 of the cans were drained. Os 4 latas de fava verde aqui a guisar, 2 latas eu usei com aquela calda, a água que vem dentro da lata, e 2 latas escolhi e só pus as favas. A gente ainda vai fazer mais aqui para fazer o caldo mais baixo e para dar mais um pouco de caldo. We're still going to doctor this up a bit, it'll be a little more saucy before the end. Okay, now it's time to add a little bit more seasoning and get this going so we can set it on simmer for a while with the rest of the ingredients. Agora a gente vai pôr os, I was almost forgetting the word. A gente vai pôr mais temperos aqui agora antes de pôr a ferver, não sei como se diz simmer em português, a ferver. Mas a gente vai pôr mais temperos aqui e vai ver a conta do caldo que a gente tem aqui e a gente vai estimar o que tem que fazer. And I have this on low and it's looking pretty good, not even close to done though, and we'll start adding our seasoning. Okay, stirring this up a bit. First thing I'm going to add is paprika. I don't even know how to say it in Portuguese, so forgive me. I'm not measuring. I'm assuming I'm putting in about 2 to 3 teaspoons, maybe a little more. Next, about a teaspoon of this, not a lot, just a smidge, just about a smidge. This is Red Hot Original. It's a seasoning blend, but it has a Get it all in there cooking. Let that stew away. Uncovered. Agora a gente vai ficar aqui a cozer, a destilar, sem, não se cobre, deixa assim a panela aberta, não se põe tacho, não se põe a coisa por cima. Don't put the cover on the pot. Let it just stew away like this. It'll eventually distill down a bit, and then we'll do our final tasting and final judgment before finishing. Look at the favas simmering away. Está aqui a guisar. One thing you will have to do, so that you can tell it's getting ready, para saber quando está quase pronto, a gente tem que experimentar. You have to taste it, not just to see if the favas are soft enough for you, but also if the onions and the linguiça is cooked and if the flavors are there. You will have to do a final tasting. Make sure everything looks soft, and when you do the final tasting, take a little bit of onion, because the onions need to cook down, they need to be soft. A cebola tem que estar mesmo cozida bem, can't be snappy, can't be crunchy, needs to be really well cooked, bem cozido. The favas, I used canned, these cook much faster. If you used any other kind of fava, keep tasting it and only stop simmering and adding a little more liquid, whether it be beer, tomato sauce, combination of the two, and more chicken broth until the fava is cooked. A gente tem que esperar até a fava ficar tudo cozida. A fava tem que ficar cozida, tem que ficar mole. Não se pode ter a fava dura. Se a gente usa favas bem frisadas ou favas assim naturais que a gente tem que pôr em água a noite antes, a gente tem que cozer isto até a fava ficar molinha. So the time it takes for your favas to be done will depend on the amount or the type of fava that you use, but make sure you taste the broth with the fava. Make sure you taste the onion to make sure it's soft, and until it is, keep simmering. Tem que guisar até está tudo cozido e tudo molinho. A cebola, a fava e tudo. So here we are, and the onions, the favas, everything is cooked beautifully, everything nice and soft. The favas is soft, the onions, everything has been mixing and melding. A fava está cozida, a cebola está cozida, está tudo molinho, está tudo bem guisado aqui. Now all we have to do is our last final tasting. What you do is you just take a spoon, make sure you have some fava, make sure you take a chunky onion and you taste it to make sure everything is good, but taste the sauce. First, make sure it has enough salt, and if not, a little bit more. Mine needed a little more. I'm using coarse ground salt. Estou usando o sal grosso. You might want to add a little tomato paste if it doesn't have a slight acidic sweetness to it. Talvez pouco mais de tomate, precisa mais pouco de açúcar para fazer o guisado e o caldo pouco mais doce, a little sweeter. And for many people you will need more pepper. So it's really a combination of pepper, salt, tomato to make it your taste. Ao fim, é o gosto da pessoa. O sal que a pessoa quiser e gosta, o picante, a piripiri, a pimenta que a pessoa gosta, tem que ser o seu gosto. E se precisa de mais tomate, para ficar pouco mais doce ou pouco mais azedo, a gente pode pôr uma coisinha de vinagre ou mais de pimenta, calda de pimenta. As piripiri assim tem uma coisinha de vinagre dentro. Fica assim tudo bem cozido. E se não tem bastante caldo, if there isn't enough sauce, if it's not saucy enough for you, more beer, a little bit. You want it saucy. A gente quer o caldo de ser assim. Vai ficar baixo. It'll be thick, but you want it to be this way. Now the best way to serve this, you can eat it just like that. with my Portuguese. Muito obrigada a todos que estavam a ver o vídeo hoje. E está aqui embaixo e vou pôr a receita, o melhor que eu posso. Mas o que é importante quando a gente faz as favas guisadas assim é que a gente faz o nosso gosto. A pimenta que a gente quer, o sal que a gente quer e o tomate, ovos, a gente até pode tudo por cima do arroz. A gente come da maneira que gosta. And this is the way I make my favas. So let me know what you think. Experimenta fazer as favas assim e depois deixe comentário a dizer se gostaste ou não gostaste. Sim? Thank you for watching. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to watch more. Thank you.
I couldn't have said it better.